hold it for, babe?
They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course.
Soon
as they trade that beat, I ride that business like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole thought. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I go with the fuck. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. Wait up, let me make a call right quick. I'ma start another war. I was hurrying when she left, but I don't care about anymore. I need a Vaselina like my Nina Puffer Ford. Took a Zach, watch the dark.
See the remote over here?
Like a dart. Any problem, let
I need the remote control.
They so like Shang-Chi. Put them out of service, keep them tools like this hobby free. Try to hope he's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Told them boys we taking notes. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house shoes. Don't make excuses, make moves. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them UPK rules. I make hits like I can't lose. They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they trade that beat, I ride that business like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, the whole fuck. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the fart. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. Yeah, I just got off the call. I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas. Get your knife and your fart. They ain't loving with the count and with the speaking to me fart. Yeah, I just took the floor. Ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign. Tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion. They can see the outcome. Get them niggas bad, got them tied down and out there. You can't do with them steps. Niggas been down since day one. We run up the bands, bitch, like Dylan. They say you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they trade that beat, I read that bitch just like a horse. Yeah, about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, we whole fart. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this low, so that bitch is either or. I told you niggas, you ain't cut like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. And I just made it call. We gon' start another war. Yeah.
Turn me on, yeah. I started. I don't know where to know that.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So that you said that they put millions of my actions. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right.
We're gonna start at where we gonna start? Matter of fact, I'm gonna open it up for questions. Y'all got your question? You got your question? All right, let's get the questions opened up first. You gonna get a Tuesday soon. You know that, huh? I got a Tuesday when I was a 500. Yeah, I got a couple Tuesdays when I was a 500.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. The fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Cracking the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me, and let the whole world see that with them in the cages, they go in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be a piece. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
God should be over there, and then move us out of there and do take the major classes. You know what I'm saying? But you'll get a over the nation class like real soon. Like real. They talk about the classes. Don't say nothing about classes. mad at me, but they talk about
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slip. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next block I back gonna be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells.
I save it for I'm giving it to them right after this song right here. Who you like, Captain Star?
Apply pressure to the game like I did Bondale. Pay back to bitch in the dress. She a bomb changes. Is served cold. I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box. I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. There was design 5 for our babies to pass through in the damn by King's reign. I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous. I bought brand new parabellums.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
I got you. Let it vibe real quick. Look. The city eyes. It's time to vote God. God a real nigga. Cause he wasn't no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure. Got that shotty in the closet by the mob ball. Fuck what they heard. But tell them it's all true. Be cautious. That foundation falls to you fall through. They gon' fall. Look, I keep this shit 50 times 2. Ain't no more heart in this game. I'm John Q. Colder than the avalanche. Way above average. Beers taste sweet. Told him make me an apple tree. Left us in the valley full of bones. This where hope found. Shall become a man. Dark sands get broke down. Riding through Evans to a mall quad. Telling me how the crackers turn his childhood to a ghost town. Focus out, nigga. I lay that game down. I feel his pain cause nothing is the same now. Let my light shine like heaven through a rain cloud. Glock have a fit like my child, no tangent. Try to warn them niggas we bear arms like tarantulas. Them other niggas rap, I make anthems. I really seen prophets under this banner. Made my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I wanted black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that sunk dirty to handle. Look, I move like a Brazilian. Precious cargo, spirit ancient, but I got a new semi-auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Wardo. Sleep if they won't.
We're gonna start at 32.
Like I'm
Deuteronomy 32.
Pay me for his name, so I gotta
We're going to
get that
32 and
steel
then I'm gonna break that down. And then I'm gonna open it up to questions. I got any questions.
The world
And you, because you may hear something that you want, it may help you
just left the state free. Looking
say,
for a
yo,
bitch
so I
better
wanna
than
ask about this,
baby
I wanna ask
kid.
about
Remember I dropped twice gone. I've been gone ever since.
What's wrong,
Still
man?
in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence, yeah.
Yeah, shit. Shalom Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Barakathum. Shalom Shamar Atham Bashem Yahweh Shah to the sisters. It is ISUPK, that's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge out of Harlem, New York, since 1969 under Commanding General Yohana. And we've been called to teach the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that we are the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Tonight's class is going to be, they ain't nothing like us. Nothing like us. The whole entire planet is nothing like us. And we're going to prove it in the scriptures, how we were divided, how we were separated from all nations, from everybody on the planet. And that's how we became holy. But the first precept, before I open up and ask any questions, if there's any questions in the room, or any questions online, I'm going to start with this, Deuteronomy 32:8. You start at verse 1. Before we get into that too, I just want to say another thing. Yo, I'm excited about the Passover. Passover gonna be in Atlanta this year. That's crazy, right? It's crazy. We was just at the Passover.
Right.
It's like the Passover is here already, and I advise all you young men that's just coming into the school, y'all need to get to the Passover.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all really need to get to the Passover, because that's when you'll really see that nobody in the world is like us. You'll really be able to see the separation of us and them. You'll really be able to see the beauty of brotherhood. The beauty of brotherhood. You ever? It's a scripture, right? Walking in heavenly places. I'm gonna pull that too. But let me get this Deuteronomy 32:8, and then I'll get y'all questions. You got it out. Who got it? Go out. This is the book of 32. You can start at verse 1. Got you on that. Got you. I said not 8, but 1. All right, I'm ready.
I'll go ahead and read it.
You got it.
Yeah, I got it. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 1. Give ear, O ye heavens, and I will speak. And hear, O earth.
Oh, what?
O earth.
So this is the most. This is coming directly from the Most High. Go ahead.
The words of my mouth.
Come on. Moses is going to give these words and this doctrine and this message that comes from the Most High. Go ahead.
My doctrine shall drop as the rain.
Hey, look, that's a cold line right there. That's a cold line right there. My doctrine shall drop as the rain. Go ahead.
My speech shall distill as the dew, as the small rain upon the tender herb, and as the showers upon the grass. Because I will publish the name of the Lord.
He would do what?
Publish the name of the Lord.
That's what we do in the ISUPK under Commander General Yan. We publish that name. We make sure that you know, I had a Christian ask me, do y'all believe in Jesus? Do I believe in? Listen, the first thing I do is when I greet a brother, that's the name we use to greet each other. That's what I had to tell him. I said, listen, when we greet a brother in the name of the King.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We greet each other in that name. What do y'all do when y'all greet? Hello? Good morning. To me, that's slave talk. Yeah, I said it. To me, that's slave talk. You know why? Because that's not what we said before we became slaves. That's not the verbiage. That's not the language. That's not how we greeted one another. We said shalom. And how we greet each other now, we say shalom, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Barakatah. We're saying in the name of Jesus Christ, bless you. That's what we're saying. When we greet a brother, and then they're going to ask me, do we believe in Christ? No, do you believe in Christ? Do you believe in Christ? Because he is the first thing we say when we see a brother. You know why? Because that brother has died. And whatever that brother was, whoever that brother was has died and is buried and gone. And now this is a new brother. That's why we get new names. That's why our names are changed in the ISUPK.
That's right.
You go to the Christian church, your name was Sean. Boom, it's always going to be Dirty Sean.
Right.
It's always going to be Sean. Listen, it's a strong message to say when you go home to your family and friends and you tell them that's not my name no more. That sparks a whole conversation. And it sets a stage that I'm serious about what I'm doing. That's what it does. It set a stage that I'm serious about what I'm doing. Right. I'm dead serious. And I'm so serious, this is what you should call me. I'm Tashiyam now. And if don't nobody want to respect that, they really don't respect what you're doing. They really don't respect your walk.
They really don't respect being an Israelite. The only thing they respect is being an African American. That's it. Being enslaved, being in captivity. Put that back up. So that's what we do. We publish that name. And we publish the Most High's name heavily. Once again, it's the first thing we do and say when we greet a brother. So how can you ask me, do we believe in the King? Do you believe in it? Pull it back up. Where you stop at? Keep going.
Because I will publish the name of the Lord. Ascribe ye greatness unto our God.
Keep going.
He is the rock. His work is perfect. For all his way are judgment.
Read.
A God of truth and without iniquity. Just and right is he. Verse 5. They have corrupted themselves. Their spot is not the spot of his children. They are a perverse and crooked generation.
Come on.
Verse 6. Do ye thus requite the Lord, O foolish people and unwise? Is not he thy father that hath bought thee?
That did what?
Bought thee?
What does that mean, young man? What does that mean? Read that again.
Is not he thy father that has bought thee?
What does that mean?
Like he own us, or like
he owned us, but that's not what it's saying. He owned us.
Like he got us out of Egypt.
Out of Egypt. Always remember that. That's a very important part in the Bible. That history. When that history took place, it was very vital because it was giving us the understanding that he's coming to save us from our enemies and from the hand of those who hate us. Go ahead.
Salakia. Would that kind of be like when it says, and no man shall buy you, like the same thing, but the Lord bought us, he redeemed us.
He can redeem us. Right.
But in the other one, was it kind of used in the same tense of the word bought and buy, with like redeemed?
Right. Con. So when you see the language in the scriptures and it says, is not he thy father that had bought thee? Because he bought us. That's another reason why we can never be bond servants. We can never be bond servants to anyone because we belong to him. We just in captivity right now. All right, keep going.
Hath he not made thee and established thee? Remember the days of old.
We'll do what?
Remember the days of old.
Very important. Go ahead.
Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father.
Ask who?
Ask thy father.
That's what you do when you want to know the history. You want to know the history of your family. You want to know who your grandmother was, your great-great-grandmother or your great-great-grandfather. You want to get some information. You do what?
Ask thy father.
Ask your father. Ask the elders. Go ahead. Keep going.
And he will show thee.
Thy
elders. And they will tell thee.
They will tell thee. This is what they're going to tell you. Read.
Verse 8. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance.
When he did what?
Divided to the nations their inheritance.
Keep going.
When he separated the sons of Adam. He set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
So all the way back then, during the time of Adam, this is a very important precept. Because number one, it shows that Adam was separated from something. Adam and his sons, his family, they were separated from something. And they became different. They were not the same as everybody else. All right. They wasn't the same as everybody. I'm gonna prove it. Keep going.
Verse 9. For the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
Keep going.
He found him in a desert land, and in the waste howling wilderness. He led him about. He instructed him. He kept him as the apple of his eye.
As the what?
The apple of his eye.
What does that mean? What does that mean? He kept him. Kept who? Young man. I'm talking to him right here. This one. What does that mean?
In
means he kept him as his favorite.
His favorite. Who was his favorite? Who was his favorite?
Jacob.
Jacob. And who did Jacob represent? Nope. Go ahead.
Israel.
Israel. Jacob represents the 12 tribes of Israel. All right. So all the way back then, we was being separated. We was being divided. We started becoming different in the eyes of the Most High from everybody else. And it's impossible. Give me one more before I open up the floor for questioning. Deuteronomy 7:6.
Another one come. Slocky at one moment.
This is a bad. This is one of those. Deuteronomy 7:6. This is how we're not like anyone on the planet. It's the brotherhood that's mandatory, and that's what you'll get a chance to see in Atlanta at the Passover, and everybody need to be there. You got it?
Yeah.
Deuteronomy 7:6. Go ahead.
For thou art unholy people.
What does that mean?
We set apart.
We set apart. We set apart. All right. So that means that the Most High, based on what you about to read, have you read this before? This
Not the whole
precept?
thing.
Go ahead, keep reading.
For thou art unholy people unto the Lord thy God.
Uh-huh.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself,
Uh-huh.
above all that are upon the face of the earth.
Above all, read that again.
That are upon the face of the earth.
Read that again. Above
All that are upon the face of the earth.
what version you got?
Oh,
You need a King James. Why is the King James important?
I got that one on there too.
All right, go ahead.
You said 7:6, right?
7:6. Con.
All right. Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So it said above all people that are upon the face of the earth. What is that saying? Is that a racial statement? Is that racist?
I guess you could say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can.
Because he's saying he likes these people more than all the others.
Right. He said, I chose you to be above all people that's on the face of the earth. You got something on that? Right. So now go ahead. Keep going. Keep going.
Face of the earth. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people.
Keep going.
Ye were the fewest of all people. But because the Lord loved you, and because he will keep Salaki. But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he has sworn unto your fathers.
That's important. Who is the oath? What's the oath that he swore to the fathers?
The blessing in the land.
What? Right. But who was the fathers?
Abram and Isaac and Jacob.
And Jacob. And that's why it leads back to Jacob. You got Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. Jacob became Israel, which are the 12 tribes of Israel. All right. Keep going.
Hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand.
See, there it is. Remember we read in Deuteronomy 32 where it says he bought. Mm-hmm. That's it right there.
Okay, yeah.
He says, had the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand. So he brought you out of Egypt with that mighty hand. Keep going.
And redeemed you out of the house of bondmen.
See what I mean? Go ahead.
From the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt.
Keep going.
Know therefore that the Lord thy God, he is God. The faithful God, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments.
Read that part once again, right there where it says, which keep his command, which keep covenant.
Which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations.
So 1,000 generations. So what that's saying is also is there's no end. You know how in the New Testament now the Christians say that you don't got to follow the Old Testament. You don't got to follow his commandments. That's a precept for you right there. It says keep his commandments to 1,000 generations. So you keep his commandments. You never put down his commandments. Read that one more, verse 10.
That was 9, but you want me to read 9 again?
Yeah, no, read verse 10.
All right. And repayeth them that hate him to their face, to destroy them. He will not be slack to him that hateth him. He will repay him to his face.
He will repay him to his face. That thou shalt not keep the commandments and his statutes and his judgments, which he commanded thee this day to do them. So what's your questions, Isupk?
So basically, when you say, all right, never mind, I just answered my own question. Never mind. I'm pretty caught up on that. I don't got too many questions on Deuteronomy. I did have a question on. I could ask you the other question.
You can ask me any question, guy.
I did have a question about what does Revelations 12 and 14 mean?
You said Revelation
12 and 14. It say
Revelation 12 and 14.
it was saying,
and to the woman was given 2 wings
of a great eagle.
Of a great eagle. It says, this is Revelation chapter 12, verse 14. And to the woman was given 2 wings of a great eagle, that thou mightest fly into the wilderness, into a place where she was nourished for a time, times and half a times from the face of the serpent. What's your question?
Basically, is he saying with that because I remember reading a little bit further down how it was saying the serpent going to try to trick the nations again. Was he saying it was going to be through the woman or just?
He's going, okay, go. Okay, go back up to verse 1, right?
Verse 1?
Yeah.
Verse 12.
So your question is he going to go to war with the woman? You know who the woman is? Go to Revelation 12 and 1.
And there were, hold on, let me read my other one.
You know who the woman is, right? You know who the woman is?
Chapter verse.
Another one,
Mm-hmm. So he want to know, the question that he's asking is about the woman. The woman is going to flee into the wilderness. So is he going to make war with the woman? Right. All right. I'm going to show you the condition of the woman. And at first, then I'm going to show you the condition of the woman in the latter. So you'll see if he making war with the woman. All right. All right. Go ahead. Read Revelation 12 and 1.
Revelations 12 and 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and under her head a crown of 12 stars.
So that woman, you want to tell him what that woman is?
That's representative of Israel. That's why I said the 12 stars.
That's why I say the 12 stars. All right. Now watch to prove it, right? Go to Genesis 37 and 9. And it says a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, right? You're going to go to Genesis 37 and 9. And you're going to read verse 9 and 10.
You said Genesis.
Genesis chapter 37, verse 9 and 10.
Another one.
All right, go ahead.
Genesis chapter 9, verse 1.
No, 37 in verse 9. Genesis 37 and verse 9. Don't walk on that. Go out.
All right.
Go ahead. Let the young man right there read. Knock first. Go ahead, you got it. So the question is, this is going to show you who that woman is.
Genesis chapter 37, verse 9.
Go ahead.
And he dreamed yet another dream.
Hold on for 1 second. Go back to Revelation 12, young man. And 1. You got it? All right, go ahead.
And yet he dreamed yet another dream.
So this is Jacob, and he's telling his brothers about a dream that he had. Go ahead.
And he dreamed yet another dream. And told it his brethren.
Go ahead.
And said, behold, I have dreamed a dream. More, and behold, the sun.
The what?
More.
The what?
Behold,
the what?
More, and behold.
No, the sun and the moon. Read it again. That part, the sun and the moon.
The sun, behold, the sun and the moon, and the 11 stars made obstance.
Meaning they bow down. They bow.
To me.
All right. So now what he's saying is that the sun and the moon did that, right? So look, in what does Revelation chapter 12 say about the sun, about that woman? No, you, young man. Yeah, go ahead. What did it say about the woman?
Revelations 12 and 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet.
Clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet. Go ahead.
And upon her head a crown of 12 stars.
And then remember, Joseph is telling him, he telling his brothers, yet I dreamed a dream, and I told it to his brothers that the sun and the moon and 11 stars bowed down to him. Watch now, verse 10. Go ahead. Now he's about to tell him exactly what his dream means. All right, go ahead.
Verse 10. And he told it to his father and to his brother, and his father rebuked him and said unto him, what is this dream that thou hast dreamed?
That thou hast dreamed. Go ahead.
Shall I and thy mother?
Who?
Shall I and thy mother? And thy brother and thee come to bow down ourselves to thee.
So who will be the
earth?
So the sun and the moon and 11 stars. Who is the 11 stars?
Israel.
So now let's go back to Revelation chapter 12. Now you know that the woman is who? With the 11? Israel. Is Israel. Right? So we know that Revelation 12 and 1, it says, and there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and on her head was a crown of 12 stars. And she being with child cried, travailing in birth and pain to be delivered. Go down to verse 5. Count on one.
Revelations 12 and 5. And she brought forth a man child.
She did what?
She brought forth a man child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron.
Who is that?
Christ.
The Messiah. Go ahead.
And her child was caught up unto God and to his throne.
And into his throne. So what is the condition of the woman? It says, and the woman fled into where?
Into the wilderness.
Into the wilderness. So the woman fled into the wilderness. Go ahead. Where the Most High had a place prepared for her, right? Right?
All
right. That she should be fed 1,002 scores in 3 days. That's the same thing you just read when you went to Revelation 12 and 16. Was that?
It was 12 and 6.
12. What?
The one that you wanted?
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Oh, no, my fault.
The 12 and 14.
12 and 14.
It says, and the woman was given 2 wings of a great eagle that she might fly into the wilderness and to a place where she was nourished for a time, times, and half a time. So it's saying the same thing. All right. So she went into the wilderness. And verse 5. You read verse 5, verse 6.
Verse 6.
No. Salakia.
When she went to the wilderness.
No. You just want to know the condition of the woman. So now let me show you the condition of the woman. Go to Revelation chapter 17 in verse 1.
Revelation 17 and 1.
Go ahead.
And there came one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither.
Come what?
Come hither. I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore.
The what?
The great whore.
The great whore. Who? Now, I just want to go on record. The woman wasn't called a whore in Revelation 12, was she? Huh?
No.
So we can't be talking about her. All right, keep going.
That sitteth upon many waters.
That sitteth upon many waters. All right. So this is who is this whore that's sitting on many waters?
The heathens.
Who is the whore? The whore is the woman. Go down to verse 15.
Revelation 17 and 15.
Go ahead.
And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth,
where the
whore sitteth, are peoples.
Or what?
Are peoples. And multitudes. And nations. And tongues.
And tongues. So go back up to Revelation 17 and 1 and read it again and tell me what you see.
Revelation 17 and 1. And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters.
So what is that many waters? What is that?
It's nations.
Nations, people, tongues. It's a lot of people. All right. Verse 2.
Revelation 17 and 2. With whom the kings of earth have committed fornication.
So it's saying the kings of the earth have committed fornication. Who did the kings of the earth commit fornication with? Who is it talking about?
The nations, the other nations.
Go to read verse 1. It says, and there came one of the set. Go ahead, young man in the back. Get that other mic, that other provider. Go ahead.
The kings committed fornications with the by praying to other gods.
Okay, what I'm asking you is, okay, it says, with whom the kings of the earth committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. Who did all this? What is it talking about? With whom the king? Who did the kings of the earth have committed fornication with?
America.
Why are you saying America?
I'm saying America because that's the woman.
Where the woman at? I ain't see the one. You see the woman in verse 1? It was a whore, huh? Well, I guess the whore would be the woman.
That's
all right. Yeah. To whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication. I didn't want you to jump the gun. And had the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk from the wine of her delicacy. So the her would be the woman. Let's just keep it right there for now. That would be the woman. All right. That would be the woman. Got me? All right. Verse 3.
Revelation 17 and 3. So he carried me away in the spirit.
In the where?
In the spirit. Into the wilderness.
Who was in the wilderness?
The woman.
The woman. The woman was in the wilderness, right? And the woman is sitting, meaning she's over many people, nation, tongues. Remember, you read that in verse 15. Yeah. So this woman is over them. All right, keep going.
And I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast.
Who is this woman?
The other nations.
Right. Go ahead. Is this the same woman from Revelation 12?
Mm-mm. Wait, let me see.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's see. Is this the same woman from Revelation 12?
No, because the woman from Revelation 12, that was Israel.
Right.
So if the
all right, let's keep going. Let's see if it didn't work itself out. Read verse 4. Read verse 3.
So he
go ahead. Just read it first and then we'll talk about it.
So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast.
Now, in Revelation chapter 12 and 1, it says, and there appeared a woman with the sun and the moon under her feet. But then when you go down to verse 3 in Revelation 12, what does it say?
And there appeared another wonder.
A great red dragon having 7 heads and 10 horns, right? And 7 crowns up on his head, correct? All right. So the woman, you had verse 1, you had the woman, right? Yeah. Then in verse 2, it talks about the Messiah, right? Yeah. And then verse 3, it talks about the great red dragon. It's a separation. Is the great red dragon and the woman, are they together in chapter 12? No. Okay. All right. So, but when we get to Revelation 17 and 3, it says, so he carried me away in the wilderness, and I saw a woman sitting on a scarlet colored beast full of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. So now that great red dragon and the woman, they together now, don't it? Look, that's what it's saying. It's saying she was sitting on him. Right? Ain't that what it say? All right, keep going.
I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication.
So now she completely different from what we saw in Revelation chapter 12 and 1. Now she's sitting on a scarlet colored beast. What does it says? A scarlet colored beast full of blasphemy. And what's heavy is in verse 7, it says, and the woman was arrayed in IUIC.
What verse did you say that was on?
It went right over your head.
It went right over their head. It says, verse 4, 17 and 4, and the woman was arrayed in purple and in scarlet colored and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abomination and filthiness of her fornication. So now the woman is in complete different state that she was in verse 12, chapter 12. So he does go to war with the woman, but it gets worse. Keep going.
Revelation 17 and 5.
Go ahead.
And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots. Was that harlots?
Mm-hmm.
Harlots and abominations of the earth.
Right.
And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints.
Who is the saints?
The children of Israel.
How can you prove that? Christian ain't gonna let you get away with that. They're gonna say the Catholic Church ordained what a saint is. We're gonna need a precept for that, because the woman was drunken with the blood of the saints. That's important. That's important. You got the precept? You ain't get you ain't get with Captain Kapas?
I didn't get it.
Did you send him your email?
Oh no, I ain't.
Yeah, send him your email. See, if you send him your email, you'll have it right now. You'll have it right now. Young man Cav, did you send him? Did you send Captain Kapas your
I just sent the money.
Your bread for you can get your see? Now look, now you can't do it. You got it?
Psalms 55.
Okay. Somebody been writing. Somebody got a precept book. Psalms 50 and 5. I'm gonna bring it up. You said what? Psalms? Psalms 55. All right, here I come. I got it. I'm gonna pull it up myself. Go ahead, you got it. Make sure you let them know where you at.
Psalms 50 and 5.
Uh-huh.
Gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice.
So that's how you know it's the Israelites. You know it's the Israelites because only the Israelites made a covenant with the Most High by sacrifice. And I like the fact that he says by sacrifice. I love the fact that he says by sacrifice, because what happens is a lot of Christians like to argue and say, well, he made agreements with other nations too. But it says by sacrifice, so that's important. All right. So let's go back. Where we at? Revelation. Where was you at? Revelation 2. We was definitely in 17.
4, 5, 6.
All right, that's the one. 17 and 6. All right, you got it. I just wanted to pull it up on the screen too. All right, go ahead, read. So we know who the saints are, right? It's the Israelite. So it says the woman was drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahweh. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. So the woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet. Remember that was Israel. That was Israel. So Israel had now come into a condition where now they in harmony with the woman. They have become Babylon, the great whore. You heard Babylon is falling before, right? That's what that's talking about. So yeah, the woman, the woman goes to war with the saints, and it's definitely a difference because you see it's a different condition. The woman was first had the sun and the moon under her feet, and then all of a sudden she's arrayed with IUIC, with fornication and filthiness, just disgusting, purple shit everywhere. What you got? What else you got? You got any more questions? What about you? All right, so let's get back. Go to, can you give me Deuteronomy 32 and 8? And we're going to get back to where we was at, because they are not like us. And I'm going to show how we are different. I'm going to show that we are separate from the whole world. And it started all the way back with Adam. And we're going to, Kahal going to help us, and we're going to walk right through this. We're going to walk right through this. So pull up Deuteronomy 32 and 8. Read that one more time. And then we're going to go and we're going to see the separation. We're going to see how we're not like them. When did the separation of us becoming holy, when did that begin? When did it begin? No, tell me. I'm asking the question. When did the Most High begin to set us apart? Go ahead. He about to read. Oh, he got it. Oh, go ahead.
During the time of King Solomon, Well, after King Solomon when he
Is it during the time of Adam?
Did he say Adam?
Yeah, that's what you get ready to say. During the time of Adam. It's really important to understand that. Yeah, let's give him a hand. That was good. That was good. I don't know where you got that from. But it was during the time of Adam, and that's important. But how would you show and how would you convey, how would you get that past to a Christian that the separation of us being holy? Remember, holy means to be what? Say it again, young man.
To be separate.
It means to be separate. So how could you show first of all, what would be the first thing you say in order to show the separation of Adam? You answered that question, so you answer that. What's the first thing you're gonna say? Okay, so now you in front of a Christian and you're trying to show that there was a separation. Adam was separated from what and who and why and where? What? How would you get that apart?
Separated to the nations.
Okay, so it says in Deuteronomy 32:8. You can go ahead and read it, and then we're going to talk about it.
Deuteronomy 32:8.
Uh-huh.
When the Most High divided into the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bonds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. All right, so how would you, before Noah, how would you show Adam being separated? How would you show that? Wasn't Adam the first man? He was? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, hold on. I'm talking to this brother right here. Was Adam the first man? I thought, isn't it more than one?
What? The fuck? What? What? What are you talking about? Was Adam the first man? What?
Yeah, he was.
I'm nice right now. Too.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
He was the first man?
Yes.
Okay, so so go ahead. So break down what you said to me. So Adam was the first man. How was Adam separate? How Adam sons was separated? How was they separated? Who would Adam's sons be? And how would they be separated? Who were they separated from?
They were separated from
Come on now.
Separated from
Go ahead. Let Cahal hand him that microphone. Officer Cahal. You can take that down now.
Salakia, sir. I was gonna when I said Adam, I was thinking of Genesis 2:7 actually.
Genesis 2:7. Okay, so tell me about Genesis 2:7.
So in Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, it says, and the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground,
right,
and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life,
right,
and man became a living soul.
What does that mean?
So at that point, when the Lord gave Adam, the laws, the statutes, and commandments, and he gave him the breath of life, he became different from all the other trees in the garden that were around because he separated.
Did you hear what he said? What did he say? Hand on the mic real quick. What did he say?
He said that the breath of life is when the Most High breathed the breath of life into Adam. That's when he became a separate tree than all the rest of the trees.
All right, so
the knowledge.
Okay, so how can you're saying trees? Adam was trees?
No,
there was some trees in there. What? So Adam was different from all the trees.
No, I'm saying he was different from the rest of the men.
Where it's a reason why he said trees.
Of the tree of life and the tree.
But it's a reason why he said trees, right? First place we're gonna go to. I want y'all to go. I want the young men. This is very important for you to understand this. I want you to go. What's that, Hosea? All right. Salakia. What do it mean when it says it set the bounds of the number of the children of Israel? Because when it says that it was setting the bounds of by the number of the children of Israel, during the time of Adam, the Most High already had it in mind, the children of Israel. He was already setting the boundaries. He was already putting it together. Like if you look at the book of Luke starts at where? Adam. And then you have Seth. The scripture says Seth, when Seth has sons, then men begin. What verse is that? Genesis 4 and let me get that real quick and pull that up for the brother. Genesis 4 and 26. This is what he means by he set the bounds according to the number of the children of Israel. The children of Israel was already in play. It was already in play. Go up to verse 25. Read that. Genesis 25 and 26.
Genesis, you said 25 and 26, right?
Genesis chapter 4, verse 25 and 26.
And Adam knew his wife again. And she bare a son and called his name Seth. Mm-hmm. For God said, she have appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew.
Into who what?
Who Cain slew.
Who Cain slew. So go ahead, keep going.
And to Seth, to him also there was born a son.
And
he called his name Enos.
Right.
Then began men to call upon the name of the Lord.
Then began men to be called upon the name of the Lord. So now it goes back to Adam had Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel. Then Cain went off and got married. That's where you can go. That's where you can go right there, young man. You can go right there. You can ask a Christian, well, who did Cain marry? Give me Ezekiel 31. Who did Cain marry? That's the first thing you should ask a Christian when you're talking about that. When you're talking about Adam and you're trying to show that Adam is set apart. Adam was different from everyone else. Adam is a part of us because what? They not like us. We're different from them because we were chosen by the Most High to be a special people, a peculiar people. You got it?
Ezekiel
31. You can start at verse 3. It's going back to what Officer Kahal has said about he was different from all other trees, right? Ain't that what he said? He was different from all other trees. Well, what do he mean by that? You got it?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Ezekiel 31 and 3.
Go ahead.
Behold, the Assyrian.
First of all, what's an Assyrian? What's an Assyrian? So what is an Assyrian?
Assyrian.
Meaning they what? What is that? Go ahead.
A group of people?
Right. It would be a nation.
A nation of people?
It'd be a nation of people. It's very important to understand that Assyrians is a nation of people. All right, go ahead.
And behold, verse 3, behold, the Assyrian was a cedar in Lebanon with fair branches.
What is that? What is a cedar?
A planer?
Where do wood come from? Look, it says a cedar with fair branches. What is branches?
Branches from trees.
So what is branches?
Branches is the Israelites, right? Or the
what's a cedar?
Cedar, part of a tree.
It's a tree. No, it's a tree.
It's a tree.
It's not a part. It's a tree. So it's a cedar in Lebanon, right? So it's a tree in Lebanon with what? With fair branches. So it's saying the Assyrian, right, which is a nation, was a cedar in Lebanon with fair branches. All right. So it's making Assyrian like a tree. Keep going.
and with shadowing from and of the high stature, and his own top is among the thick bogus bows, like bows.
Yeah, keep going.
The warriors made him great.
The what?
The warriors made him great.
Now I wanted to go there purposely. What does the waters represent, a young man? Right here. What is the waters? What was the waters in Revelation 12?
It was
The woman was the woman.
she came to the
She was on many waters. What was the waters?
many nations.
Many nations. Read what you just read, young man.
The waters made him great.
So the people made that nation great. All right. The people made that nation great. Keep going.
The waters made him great. The deep set him up on high with the rivers running round about his plains, and set out her little rivers unto all the trees of the field.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore his height was exalted above all the trees.
So it's saying that this tree, and it's referring to this tree as a hiss. It says, therefore, his height was exalted above all trees of the field, and his boughs were multitude, and his branches became long because of the multitude of waters which he shot forth. You see all the similitude? It's talking about nation. It's talking about how great this nation is. Verse 6, and the fowls of the heavens made their nests in her boughs, and under her branches did all the beasts of the field bring forth their young. Who is the beast of the field? What would be the beast of the field? We're going to come back to that. What would be the beast of the field? Yo, make sure you get these precepts. Go to Ecclesiastes 3:18. And then we're going to go back to where we was at. 3:18. It says all the beasts, right? What would be the beasts? Three and 18. Go ahead, you got it.
Ecclesiastes 3:18. I said in my heart concerning the estate of the sons of men.
Read it again.
I said in mine heart concerning the estate of the sons of men.
Go ahead.
That God might manifest them.
That God might manifest them. Go ahead.
And that they might see that they themselves are beasts.
That they themselves are beasts. So men are beasts in the scriptures. All right. You ever heard that saying when a boy out on the court, like, yo, that boy monster, boy beast, that boy crazy out there. Go ahead, and then go back to Ezekiel 37.
So Isaiah 43:20 is basically the same thing.
You said Isaiah what?
43:20.
Let's go to it. Isaiah 43:20. You said 43:20, right? 43:20. You got it. Yep. Go ahead.
Hold on. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 43, verse 20. The beasts of the field shall honor me, the dragons and the owls, because I gave the waters in the wilderness and rivers in the desert to give drink to my people.
Keep going.
My chosen.
Uh-huh.
This people have I formed of myself. They shall shew forth my presence.
So it pretty much answers it yourself. So look, beast could be man. So go back to what was that? What was that? Ezekiel 31, right?
Count out of 1.
All right, go ahead. What you remember where you stopped at?
Ezekiel 31.
And I stopped at verse 6. It says, and all the fowls of the heavens made their nest in their bowls, and under the branches did all the beasts of the field bring forth their young, and under her shadow dwelt all great nations. Thus was he fair in his greatness, in his length of his branches, for his root was by great waters. The cedar, read verse 38. Read verse 38, 39. I mean, 8 and 9. Salaki. 31 verses 8 and 9.
31 verse 8 and 9.
Go ahead.
Ezekiel 31, 8 and 8. The cedars in the garden of God could not hide him. The fir trees were not like his boughs, and the chestnut trees were not like his branches.
Go ahead. And this is the reason why Officer Cahal said what he said. Go ahead. Keep going.
Nor any tree in the garden of God.
Any tree in the garden of God. Go ahead.
Was like unto him.
Go ahead.
In his beauty. I have made him fair by the multitude of his branches, so that all the trees of Eden that were in the garden of God.
Where were they at?
In the garden of God.
And where was we just talking about Adam? Where did the Most High put Adam?
In the
eastward
in the garden of God. Go ahead. East in the garden of God. Go ahead.
Envy him.
So can trees envy trees?
Yeah,
and because they're similitudes, because they represent what?
Multitudes of people.
So when he said about Adam was separated from the other trees, that's what he meant. He's saying that Adam was separated from the other people. So the question is, well, when was the other people? When was Adam? Okay, let's go back to it. I don't want to go too heavy, but we're going to go back to Genesis, and we're going to look at Genesis 3 and hold on. All right, I'm about to show you this is how you want to show the separation of Adam. All right. First of all, you're going to understand and you're going to establish that there's a difference between create and form.
Create and form.
Is a difference between create and form. All right. Yeah. Create means to be to bring something into existence from nothing. It's a new existing. Form, I could take this and form it. I could take you and form it. It's what I teach you, what I show you, right? So when he said to Adam, he breathed in his nostrils the breath of life, we're going to break that down. We're going to break that down. The breath of life, I'm going to see how much y'all been paying attention. So it says, and out of the ground made the Lord God, made the Lord God grow every tree in the planet. And Genesis 2 and 7. All right. And the Lord formed man from the dust of the ground. How would you handle that? How would you show what that's saying? Is that saying that he created man from the dirt?
No.
What is it saying?
He formed him. So he basically molded his mind.
Okay, give me a precept for that. We're going to take two. First, we're going to show what he used to form him.
Would you go to Deuteronomy 32 and 8 to show he was separated?
Not yet. You're going to have to learn how to do that breakdown. Let me give you something easier. Right. This is what he used to form him. All right. I want you to go to Baruch chapter 4 and verse 1. Baruch 4 and 1. Yeah. It's in the Apocrypha. If you ain't got that, that's the why.
I got it.
You sure?
All
right, go ahead.
Baruch 4:1. This is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life.
All them that keep it shall come to life. Remember, he said he breathed into Adam the breath of life, and he became a living soul. So he became alive, meaning he began to live before the Most High. Keep going.
Baruch 4:2. Turn thee, O Jacob.
Right.
Shall come to life. But such as leave it shall die.
Shall do what?
Shall die.
So what did the Most High tell Adam if he ate from the tree of knowledge and good and evil?
He shall die.
He shall die. So that fits perfect with that. The Most High brought him to life, and then when he broke the commandments, meaning he left the Most High's laws and commandments, he died. All right, I'm gonna give you one more. You're gonna go to Proverbs 13:4. Salakia, 13 and 14.
You said Isaiah.
What's that? No, I said Proverbs. The one I just called. Yeah, Proverbs 13 and 14. Go ahead, you got it. You can read it.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 13, verse 14. The law of the wise is a fountain of life.
So the law of the wise, the law that it's talking about is the Most High's laws, his statutes, his commandments. Of the wise is the what?
Is the laws of
life. The what? Is the what?
What wise is the laws of life.
Is the what?
Is the fountain
right.
of life.
It's the fountain of life. Go ahead.
To depart from the snares of death.
To depart. So to depart from that death, you follow those laws, those statutes, and those commandments. So that's what y'all should be doing. That's what y'all should be focusing on. And listen, when people say to y'all, oh, well, you can't follow all the laws. Yes, I can. All the laws is not for you. So what am I saying? You're not a woman, so you don't got to worry about being unclean for 8 days. You know what I'm saying? It's certain things in the law that's for women, and it's certain things in the law for men, and it's certain things in the law that pertains to dealing with the temple. And we know that we can't do the things that's dealing with the temple because we don't have a temple. So you can follow the laws. You can follow his statutes. You can follow those commandments. All right. So let's go back to Genesis. What was that? 2 and 7. So now we know that what did he use to form man?
The laws and commandments.
The laws and the commandments. I'm gonna give you one more to prove that. You know, I go to Rome. What's that? Romans. I just want to see which one I want to give you. Y'all can go. You can do the one in 6 and 17. You got one? Somebody got one for 4? You can go to Romans 6 and 17. Prove that we're not making this up. This is biblical. This is Bible. This is in the Bible. This is in the scriptures. All right. Romans 6 and 17. Who got it?
This is the book of Romans, chapter 6, verse 17.
Go ahead.
But God be thanked that ye were the saints of sin, the servants of sin.
It was the servant of sin. So each and every one of us, once before we came into this room, we was a servant to sin. Keep going.
But ye have obeyed from the heart.
So you have obeyed from the heart, meaning you have obeyed from your mind. Go ahead.
That form.
That what?
That form.
That form, like Adam. Adam was formed. Go ahead.
Of doctrine.
Of what?
Of doctrine.
So he was formed of doctrine. Go ahead.
Which was delivered you.
Which delivered you. So that same form of doctrine that delivered you is the same form of doctrine that delivered Adam. That's what made Adam separate. So Adam was not like everyone else because he was separated, because he received the Most High's laws, his statutes, and his commandments. Colossians 3 and 10. You pulling it up? Colossians 3 and 10. Yeah. And he had put a new man, which is nude in knowledge, after the image of him that created him. That's perfect. The water. You can put that with that too, right behind it. Right behind it. Genesis 2 and 7. All right. So we established the breath of life. We have established what he used to form him from the dust of the ground, right? And he became a living soul. He became a living soul. So Adam was separated right then and there from everybody else. And this is how you know it. This is how you know it to be fact. If you go down to Genesis 2. Oh, yeah. We're going to go to Genesis 2 and 21. You got it?
Genesis 2 and 21.
Let's get it.
And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam.
He caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam. Go ahead.
And he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof.
Go ahead.
And the rib which the Lord God had taken from man made he a woman.
Go ahead.
And brought her unto the man. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones.
Adam said, this is now bone of my bone. Go ahead.
And flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman. Because she was taken out of man.
So she was taken out of mankind. Salakia. She was taken out of man, right? So now let's go up to where you started. Where you started at 2 and 21, right? All right. So it says, and the Lord caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam. So tell me about it. What's going on? What's going on? Did he cause Adam to what like he laid him, like, you know, when you commit surgery, like if you commit a surgery and you're going to take a rib out of somebody,
you put him under anesthesia?
Yeah.
No.
Well, what happened here? What's going on? He caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam. What does that mean?
He caught him slipping.
Yo, raise your hand. He caught him slipping. What does that mean? He caught him slipping. You got a mic right there? Go ahead. What does that mean?
He didn't see him coming. He didn't see the Most High coming.
It's a better way you can say that. Don't say he didn't see him coming. He
didn't see Eve.
He did something that Adam wasn't aware of. He didn't see it coming. You know what I'm saying? He didn't see it happening. Now, what precept would you use for that? Yeah, you ain't expect that. He ain't expect that. No. You don't got precept?
Nah.
All right, go ahead. For asleep. He calls it deep sleep. You, young man, you got it? All right, come on. You got it?
If I may, can we use
Let's see what you got.
Isaiah 29 and 10.
Isaiah, you know what? We might have a winner. Isaiah 29 and 10. Yeah, that's an excellent precept. Good work. Go ahead, you got it. Read it. Go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah 29, verse 10.
Uh-huh.
For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of the deep sleep.
So he poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep. Go ahead.
And have closed your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
The prophets and your rulers, the seers, and he covered.
All right, that's the
the
why.
seers have covered.
Yeah, that's the why. That's the why. So he gave. You ever heard that? You get they have eyes that they cannot see, ears that they cannot hear. To this very day, that's what it's saying. It's just saying. You ever heard the phrase? You caught somebody sleeping. I caught that boy slipping. Remember, this is a book that was written with the spirit, not just of the spirit of the Most High, but it was written by Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So it was written by us. So he wrote it through us. So it's written through that same type spirit. What you got,
Salaki, can we use Job 30?
No, that's the why we probably can use some more, but I don't want to go way into deep. That's, you can tell that's more. He ready for the precepts. You can tell him that's my boy. That's my boy. All right, so let's go back to where we was at. Genesis 2 and 21. So he caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and one of his ribs, he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh thereof, and the rib which the Lord thy God had taken from man, made he a woman and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, this is bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. What does that mean? Bone of my bone and flesh. Get somebody else a shot. I'm gonna get at you. What does it mean?
That you're a part of me.
Go ahead. You take a shot. You in the arena. Go ahead.
That they come from the same nation.
They come from the same nation and the same family. Now, how do you know that?
They share the same blood.
How do you what?
Well, I mean, they share the same flesh. Like it. Hold on.
Same family, same tribe. How do you know that? A Christian gonna kill you with that. Listen, you need precepts. You need precepts. Do you know what a precept is?
It's something showing you. It's another verse showing you basically what the
okay. In the Bible, your precepts will come from the laws of Moses. All right, that will be the heart of it. All right, and I'm going to give you that. They're going to do the flesh of my flesh and bone of my bone. But first, let me show you. If you go to Hebrews 9 and 19. Hebrews 9 and 19. You can read that. Go ahead, you got it.
Hebrews 9 and 19.
Mm-hmm.
For when Moses had spoken.
When what?
For when Moses had spoken.
So you know who Moses is, right? And what did Moses write?
The commandment. Well, not the. Well,
but how much? When it comes down to this book, what did Moses write? What did Moses write?
He wrote 10 commandments.
That ain't what I'm looking for. What did he? When it comes to the Bible, what did he write? He wrote the first 5 books.
First.
All right. Moses wrote the first 5 books. Read it again.
For when Moses had spoken every precept.
Every what?
Every precept.
Uh-huh.
To all the people according to the law.
So the precepts is according to what?
The law.
Precepts is according to what?
The law.
So that's what a precept is. A precept is the law. It is a law. It is, remember, you have laws, you have statutes. All right. What's the difference between a law and a statute?
A law you have to keep. Well, I mean, you have to keep all of them, but
what's the difference in the two?
Dang, you just went over that too.
Yeah, that's why the way I teach, a lot of times I'll come back and I'll ask you something that I asked or I spoke about before.
Yeah. I don't got it. Right.
You don't got it? Anybody else want to take a shot? What do you think it is?
Like,
you have a difference. A law, it would be. You want to take a shot before I break it down? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, a law is this is what you gotta follow, and a statute is basically in stone.
No, a law would be the law. The law would be the commandment, thou shalt not steal, right? But the statute would be the rules to that law. So that would be the statute. All right. So when you go and you read something and it says, thou shalt not commit adultery. Well, what is adultery? I always use this one because adultery is different in other nations. You know what I'm saying? Other nations, you can have multiple wives. In this nation, in America, you can't. So adultery would be completely different when it comes to the statute of it, from the difference from a country that has multiple wives and a country that doesn't. They both have laws that say you can't commit adultery, but the rules, the definition of that law, which is the statute, is different. All right. So Moses wrote the first 5 books, and those first 5 books came with laws. That's what we use when we talk about the birth of Christ. That's what we're using. When we talk about who salvation is for, that's what we're using. When we talk about anything in the scriptures, that's what we're using. Just like in America. In America, if you want to talk about something, a lecture, you have to go. If you use certain words, you have to use certain words within our culture, right? Within the rules of America, within the laws of America, right? When you read the Bible, you have to apply that same rule. You have to apply the rules from Moses. You have to apply the precepts from Moses. That's your dictionary. Like America has a dictionary, you have a dictionary. America has an encyclopedia, you have an encyclopedia. America has a world history, you have a world history. It's just that your world is the world of Israel. You understand? So precepts come from the Bible. Precepts come from the Most High's laws. So when you go to different books in the Bible and those prophets are speaking and talking and navigating, they're using the Most High's laws to be righteous in their navigation, meaning how they move, using the Most High's laws on how they make decisions. All of those precepts is what we use, and that's how we stay righteous. That's how we sin not. You understand? What you got, young man in the back? You had a question? All right, let's go back to Genesis 2:23, and then we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna give you these precepts to show bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh, to show that Adam was separated. And from Adam, and then you had the sons of God, right? You had Shem. There was definitely a separation between all of them. What'd you say? All right. So
I need you to get Genesis 2 and 14. I need you to read Genesis 2 and 23. Go ahead.
Genesis 2 and 14.
No, Genesis 2 and 23. No, you're going to get 29 and 14. Genesis 29 and 14. I want you to hold that, but I want you to go to Genesis 2 and 23. Remember, you're going to Genesis 29 and 14. Wait for him to get it. Got him? Yeah. All right, let's go. This is going to show how Eve was from the same family and from the same tribe. You got me? The first one we're going to pull first is 2 and 23. Then we're going to go to 29 and 14. All right, let's go.
The book of Genesis 2 and 23.
Mm-hmm.
And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh.
So Adam said, this is now bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. Now give me Genesis to prove that what he was saying right there was, he was saying she was from the same family and from the same tribe. Bone, flesh. Family, bone, tribe, flesh. You got it.
Genesis 29 and 14.
Mm-hmm.
And Laban said to him, surely thou art my bone.
Hold on. Who is Laban? Who is Laban? I couldn't even get into what I want. Who's Laban? You said what? It was.
He was the.
All right, watch this. You said what? Who is Laban?
He was the father of.
If you keep reading, you're gonna see. Watch. Here it comes. Yeah. Go ahead. Read 14 and 15.
And Laban said to him, surely thou art my bone and my flesh.
Now what?
Thou art my bone and my flesh.
Mm-hmm. So let's see what he meant by that. Keep reading.
And he bode with him the space of the month.
Now you're about to see what that meant. Verse 15.
And Laban said unto Jacob, because thou art my brother, shouldest thou therefore serve me for naught.
So now Laban had two daughters. That's Leah and Rachel. All right. So he was family. Laban was family. So because he was family, that's why he said what? He said, bone of my bone. What did he say? Wait. No. He said, thou art my bone and my flesh, meaning family, tribe. We the same people. Now I want you to go to 2 Samuel 5 and 1. The answer for verse 13. All right, let's go down to that one. Get that out of the way. Genesis 29 and 13, Con.
He was the father of his wife.
Go ahead, you can read it. Yeah, he was. No, but it was more than that. It was more than that. He was actually related to Jacob. He was actually related to Isaac.
He's one of their brothers, right?
Right. He's related to Isaac. You about to read it. Go ahead.
All right. You said 13, right?
Con.
All right. The book of Genesis 29 and 13. And it came to pass when Laban heard the tidings of Jacob his sister's son.
His what?
His sister's son.
So Jacob is his sister's son. Go ahead. Go ahead, just read the whole thing.
To meet him and embraced him and kissed him and brought him to his house, and he told Laban all these things. And Laban said to him, surely thou art my bone and my flesh. And he abode with him the space of a month. So
they was family. So when it says bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh, what does it mean? A family. One more. Go to 2 Samuel 5:1. This is how you got to read the scriptures. See, and you know what we're using to get understanding? What we using to get understanding, young man? What we using?
The law.
What we using?
I want to
precepts. Precepts. 2 Samuel 5:1. You do know who David is, right? Do you know who David is? Who is David? King David, the king of Israel, right? All right, go ahead.
2 Samuel 5:1. Then came all the tribes of Israel.
All who?
All the tribes of Israel.
So now we're talking about all the tribes of Israel. Go ahead.
To divide.
Wait. Read it again.
Then came all the tribes of Israel to David.
To who?
To David.
So now we got all the tribes of Israel, and all the tribes of Israel came to David. Go ahead.
Came to David unto Hebron and spake, saying.
So all the tribes came to David, and this is what they said. Go ahead.
Saying, behold, we are thy bone and thy flesh.
We are thy bone and thy flesh. We are your family. We are your family. We are your family. So this shows that they are the same people. So look, when Adam said to Eve, go back to Genesis 2:23. So when Adam said, this is my bone and my bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh, she shall be called woman because she was taken out of man, meaning she was taken from mankind. She was taken from the nations that was created, right? It says, therefore shall all men, this is the key, then shall a man, Salakia, therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one family. They shall be one family. But this also shows that there was a mother and father. It also shows that Adam and Eve came from parents, because he's saying, now you leave your mother and father, and we come together as one flesh. So if in order for him to say you leave your mother and father, what the hell is he talking about? It ain't no mothers and fathers. According to the Christian church, Adam don't have a belly button. He don't have a belly button. His belly button about his blanket is like this. It's flat. That's their belief. But we know that that's not true based on the Most High precepts. All right. Any questions? Any questions? You sure? You'll be calling me tomorrow.
I'm gonna watch it over.
This also teaches that there's no interracial marriage. Also, this is when the Most High instituted marrying within your own nation.
Right. All right. So keep this in mind, Adam, and I'm gonna bring this out. Thawada, priest Hawar, officer Hawar. Adam was brought from a low state. You had a population, you had a creation of people, nations. We see that in Genesis 1:26
6 and 27. It says, and God said, let us create man in our own image, in our own likeness, created a male and female, created them, he, them. So he created a population. When he created that population on the 6th day, right? But then as time went on, right? And then that 7th day came, he took Adam from among them. He took Adam from a low state and brought him up to a high state. All right. And if Adam would have stayed, I'm gonna give you one more precept. Give me Proverbs 29 and 2. I'm gonna give you one more. Because if Adam would have continued in that state, the earth would have been different. The earth would have been in a better state. But because Adam did not, and he fell from that state, now we in the state that we're in. All right. And Proverbs 29 and 2 will help you understand my position in that. Go ahead. You got it?
Let's the book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
When the righteous are in authority.
You know who the righteous is? Who is the righteous on earth?
Israel.
The Israelites. We are the righteous. Commander General Yohana is the righteous. Isupk is the righteous. So it's saying when the righteous are in authority, go ahead.
The people rejoice.
You know why the people gonna rejoice? The people gonna rejoice because you ain't got to worry about getting shot. You ain't got to worry about getting carjacked. You ain't got to worry about going to the Chinese store and getting meat that's not real meat. You ain't got to worry about going to the supermarket, getting anything out of there and it ain't real. You know why? Because the righteous will be in authority. When the righteous in authority, the people will rejoice. But we know that the earth has been given into the hands of the wicked. And when Adam fell, it left a door for that wicked. But if Adam was in authority, the people will rejoice. Keep going.
But when the wicked bear rule,
Mm-hmm.
the people mourn.
Mm-hmm.
Whoso loveth wisdom.
No, that's the why. So it says, but when the wicked beareth ruleth. So meaning when the wicked is in authority, when they're running things like it is now, we are in mourning. We're in mourning. All right. Any questions? Any questions in the room? Any questions online? I'm gonna turn the class over to priest and officer Matapia. I'm coming. All right.
All right. ISUPK security announcements. The rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from the heads. Tithe, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in Hebrew, or Isupk. That's 10% of any penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Your tithes you can put right over here in it by the lion's head in that black box right there. All right. And your priest fund is whatever you want to donate. If you want to donate libations, we also take that, which is alcohol. All right. Upcoming holy convocations, we have memorial of the blowing of trumpets, and that's Wednesday, October the 2nd. Wednesday, October the 2nd. You can read more about that in Leviticus 23, verse 24-25. That will be held right here in Smyrna. If you're in Delaware, come out to 202 North DuPont Boulevard, 202 North DuPont Boulevard. I think that's it. If anyone wants to be a trooper in school, start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf like these young men here. With that being said, men of Israel, Amaitu was we to stand. Men of Israel, Amazon Shabbat, Amazon, Barak,
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Barak.
Yakamata. Sorrows meet the term. We'll get a sister of courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amazon Shabbat, Amazon, Barak,
Yahweh Shema Atham Shem Yahweh Shah.
Yakamata. Class dismissed.
Get down here to class, 1232 North King Street, Wilmington, Delaware.
Shalom, Lord Christ, to my brothers and sisters, man. Y'all need to come down to 1232 North King Street, where the truth resides, man. ISUPK Delaware. We definitely representing doing some big things.
Right? 202 North DuPont Boulevard.
That's
in
right.
Smyrna, Delaware.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Come and be a part of this rising thing that we got going on here in Delaware.
I hear everybody claiming that they love the Lord and love God and all that. Well, get in here and show it. You know what I mean? The scriptures say faith without works is dead. So if you ain't doing nothing, your faith is dead. So get up and do something. What you need to do is get your ass up and get in the class. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't doing nothing else. You're sitting home wasting time. Everything is going on around you, and you don't know how to compartmentalize these things. You understand? I'm on my way to class right now, like you should be. You know what I'm saying? Class don't stop for nothing.
Okay, that's the only. I mean, later on.